Dink. Doesn't do the countdown like it used to do. They change things so much with this.
It's Google.
It's Google. It's if they're not out changing stuff, what can I say?
Then they're not changing stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, if you put it that way. Okay, now let me see what camera B looks like. Oh, that's not bad.
Camera A.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. As he goes, that's always attractive.
Sorry.
That's good. So, how are things going?
That's like your
My what?
Your thing with me and Jackie earlier.
I don't remember.
From in here.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, so we're not going to really do a pre-show today. We're going to start into the show pretty quick here. But you can tell by Miss Amy, she has her Scentsy shirt on.
Yeah, sorry about that. I just got done with a show.
She got done with a party, which means I got stuck in the office all afternoon.
At our house.
If I really would have thought about this, I would have been out doing stuff, but I just, yeah. Anyways.
Well, he was a really good husband, and I asked him to kind of hang around in case I needed help with anything.
Yes. So here I was.
So he sequestered himself into the office.
Yes.
And I kept saying, honey, can you help me for a second? He's like, be right there.
I'm there in a flash. So,
he
yeah,
was
I tried.
Amazing today.
I tried. So
it was very wonderful.
I wanted to be good.
One of the two Alexanders, so it was like a half of Alexander, was here today. It was a one Alexander.
It was a one Alexander.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
she was here today, and we had a great time.
Yes, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was great to see her again.
Yep. So anyways, so that's what we did. Yesterday was kind of a wash, too. It was...
She got to see the studio.
Yes.
She said, hey, I recognize that room.
Yeah. I would have given her the full nickel tour if she wanted.
Yeah, I was like, hey, go look at the door. You can get the tour.
Yes. So anyways, yeah, so it's been an interesting couple of weeks, and we'll get into that in a minute, because we're going to start the show up. It is 7:30.
Oh, that's a look.
Yeah, kind of like you're...
Smelled something bad.
Or something.
It's like...
Yeah, we're looking at the paused frame that we have from the live feed, because we stop it to give more bandwidth, which we can talk a little bit about it as well, because we've got some changes in the GeoSnippits studios this week too. So yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks. I'm sure some of us may have not wanted it to go quite the way that it did.
Not really.
Yeah, but we'll get into that in a minute. So hang on, sit back, relax, get your favorite libation, your favorite snack. I'm going to push a couple buttons here and get some things going, hopefully, and we will get things going. All right, we're going to jump right into this. The GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast is going to be coming at you. Right about. Are we recording? We're recording. Yay! Right about now. Hello, and welcome. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. I'm your host, Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and I am here with the wonderful, the delightful, the man she is so glad she has no longer got that icky, nasty flu, wife Amy. Welcome to the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. It is episode 103, and it is actually Sunday night, March 8th, 2015. In the next hour or so, both co-host Amy the HeadHardHatress and I will bring you some interesting information and tidbits about the game, the sport, yes, the obsession, known as geocaching. So it has been, this episode has been 2 weeks in the making.
Yes.
Oh my.
They've waited 2 whole weeks.
And we apologize for any inconvenience that this has brought upon you folks. It was not intentional in any way, shape, or form.
I tried to get him to let me do the show Thursday.
She was not in any shape.
That's what he said.
Yes.
And I said, but I can do it. He said, you cannot do the show. I said, they've already waited a week. He's like, no.
We will do it during the weekend. It was that bad. She had a terrible, terrible stomach flu. And there's been some and thank you, by the way, for all the well wishes from
very sweet of everybody.
All the fans. We greatly appreciate it. And it's just been one of those things that, what do you do? The last week we were going to do the show, and if you don't know, Amy is finalizing up on her master's degree, and so she was literally going to, things just got caught up.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things. It's like, all right, fine, we'll try to do the show in the weekend. That didn't happen. Then we went through and went to do the show Thursday like we normally did, the day of, like the evening, Wednesday night into Thursday.
Oh, it was Thursday morning at 3 a.m.
Yeah, it was bad, really bad, and so let's just say it was a nasty flu and just leave it at that. There was no way she was in any way, shape, or form to do it. So it was like, okay, we'll do it. We can't go 2 weeks. There's just no way. So here we are, Sunday evening, 7:30ish, and we are doing the show.
Finally.
Yay! So yes, Amy is loads better than she was earlier in the week, and it's been some interesting stuff. We have had major ice storms. We have had
us, yeah.
Yeah, for North Carolina, just unseasonably. Matter of fact, like one of the radio DJs said, I didn't realize when I moved down to North Carolina that winter doesn't start until February, because it's been like that this year.
I mean, sometimes it happens that way.
Yeah, and it's just we've had several ice storms, lots of accidents, lots of things that just drove havoc and chaos, and then. The day before that, it's 70 degrees out.
Today, it was 70 degrees.
Today, it was 70. It was gorgeous out. We still got the window open for the studio. Just get some fresh air in here. And, it's just been freaky, freaky weather. And we know in the East Coast, they've been nailed quite a few times.
Yeah.
The center part of the country has been really bad. And, I'm sure we're not the only people that have a a hand down on the weather all around the planet. So we hope that you're safe where you are. We hope that the weather isn't getting at you, but it's just been funky this year.
Yeah, sure has.
All right, a couple of things that did go out. We hope that it helped pacify a couple of things. I've got 2 vlogs. Some quick tips that went out to YouTube, and we now have, and we just started it up. If you go to Geocaching Quick Tips on YouTube, on Google Plus, and I think those are the 2 main pages we've got right now. We're going to see about if we get the interest, we'll get it over to Facebook and Twitter as well. But we now officially have a brand new channel made for quick tips, and we won't go into too much detail tonight, even though it is mishmash, and we've just got a whole bunch of talk points to talk about. Anyways, the whole point behind this is we are now in an age where we want to get the information to the new geocachers who really all they do is pick up the app and go. They have no concept of what geocaching is actually really about. How do we get this information to them so that it's quick, it's fast? These videos are only a minute or 2 a piece. I am going to put out a call to you fine folks for not only bringing in suggestions of quick tips. If there's stuff that you go, geez, I wish there was a way we could tell geocachers about this, send an email to gsreboot@gmail.com, and we will start adding into this. And also I'm going to put a call out to you fine folks in making 2-minute videos. One key point that you would want a geocacher to know about. And we'll go into details in the next show. But to have you guys go out and make a 2-minute video and send it in, and it may make it into the quick tip collector. We're gonna build a whole library so that new geocachers can come up and just get fast information, accurate information, effective information, so that they can learn this stuff before they get out into the wild too much and just not know what they're doing. So that's the whole point behind that. So again, geocaching quick tips. It's on Google Plus and it's on YouTube, and we will start going at that again in next week's show, which is actually Thursday. So anyways, so that's going to be coming in. So some vlogs went out. I did manage, when the weather was fairly decent, to get out and do some a couple of lunchtime geocaches, so that was kind of fun. And Miss Amy just spent the last week in bed because I told her she's not going nowhere.
And now he's my mom's favorite.
I sequestered her to the bedroom, only for to rest and go that way and get better. So that it worked. She's better.
Yes.
Which is always a plus. All right, let's move on. So how can you see this fun show? Now, granted, we didn't do a pre-show today, and again, we apologize. So this is going to be kind of a quicker show than normal, but we had to get something out to you fine folks because we know that you look forward each and every week to listening to us. So you get us twice this week. You're going to get us on today, and you're going to get us on Thursday at our regular scheduled time.
So if you like that sort of thing,
yeah,
great.
You are all set.
You are welcome. If you are a little unsure,
well, deal with it and you'll be fine.
Just try it. You might like it.
Yes. But you might be saying to yourself, but hey, how do we get in touch with Amy and Andy, especially when Amy isn't quite so mucusy? How do you do that?
Wow, dude.
It's very simple.
That's gross.
To watch the live feed, join us in our chat room by going to www.geosnippits.com on Thursdays, usually
so
at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I had a cup of coffee already. We also have our own social media links all over the place. If you go to our website at geosnippits.com, geosnippitsreboot.com, and just check out all the social media links we have. We've got every one of them you could possibly think of. Go ahead and click onto them and get in touch with us. A lot of you already are there because we got all those great well wishes for Miss Amy to get better.
Yes.
And if you want to do that as well and, just communicate with us. There are so many different ways of doing that. Find us through our social media links and go from there. We also have for you to send in your comments, your questions, your milestones, anything that's geocaching related. We have our phone line. You can contact us at 919-341-9519, or on the right-hand side of the GeoSnippits websites is our Send Voicemail tab. All you got to do is click on that, and it activates our SpeakPipe app, and you can literally do up to a 3-minute video, or not video, audio piece that you can send in to us.
We won't see you.
Yeah, because we love hearing your voice, and that way it's a much easier way for you to communicate with us, and that way, if deemed worthy, we will put you on the show, which I think is great because we love hearing the feedback from you fine folks each and every week.
Speaking of feedback,
Miss Amy.
Yeah.
Go for it.
It says, Amy and Andy, thank you for talking about weight and health on your last show. I agree 200% that portion control and attainable goals are the way to go. I use the Lose It app for a year now, and it helps me to eat less, make better choices after scanning barcodes before I eat, and stick to it because your friends via the app hold you accountable and see what you eat if you exercise and lose weight or gain weight, etc. My work even does 2 fitness challenges a year using the app, so I kick it into high gear in February and June when prizes are offered. Yeah, no kidding.
There you go.
If you love to do a fitness challenge with our geocaching community sometime.
I think that's an excellent idea.
And that was from Dano.
Yep.
So, yeah, that was a great idea.
I think that's a fantastic thing and something that we can look into as well. Another thing that we have started up that is actually starting to catch on. I was rather surprised. I kind of did it satirically, and you know me, I kind of be a little bit sarcastic every once in a while.
No way.
Yeah, seriously. So what I did is I actually went out and I created a WordPress blog, also tied directly into Facebook, and it's simply titled this: Healthy Tips from a Fat Guy. Interesting title, right? So I go in there and I kind of did it for me more than anybody else. I did it so a way of being able to put out my thoughts of this process of trying to be this rather large individual and getting healthy again, because I want to be around for this person to my right. So I started putting information in simple posts. It's not always daily. I try to do it during the weekdays at least. Just something that comes up during the day that is something that I thought interesting, and maybe you might too. So I started writing these blog posts about healthy living. We're starting to get a following. And I'm like, really? And people are, what it is people are, they're going through the same thing I am. And it doesn't matter if you're a marathon runner or if you're a person that's so much you're bedridden. Everybody has their demons when it comes to food and when it comes to trying to stay healthy and keeping as consistent as possible so you can stay on the planet as long. I've been writing the posts. People are starting to actually write back with this stuff, and discussions happen. And it's really starting to turn into something kind of interesting. So I thought I'd tell you fine folks, since Dano was kind enough to bring about the nutrition part of it. So again, it's called Healthy Tips from a Fat Guy. And we'll leave the links in the GeoSnippitsReboot.com show notes for episode 103. Go check it out. You can get a hold of it either through WordPress or through Facebook. Check it out. See what you think. If you've got comments and suggestions and additions to the posts that are out there or ideas for other posts, write your own and add to it and kind of build a community off of that. We'll see what happens. But the idea is Amy and I are trying to get healthy again, and it's been not a smooth trek. And you've got your successes, you've got your failures, and you've got your hurdles to get over to get that way, and apparently other people out there too are going through the same thing.
Yes.
So write to us, check it out, and let us know what you think, because the more the merrier when it comes to this. And we
all need support.
Right, and that's the beauty of this thing. And that's one of the things that I started seeing is people really becoming very supportive of what happened with me, and they'd say, the same thing happened to me. So other people would be supportive with them. So it's starting to build its own support system.
Well, everybody needs to know they're not the only ones going through something.
Exactly.
I mean, because you feel so alone.
Yes, and you're not by any means. And I've had quite a few people sit there and say, well, Andy, you're putting it out in front of the whole world. Duh. We do it anyways.
Yeah,
so
really.
What's the difference? It's a good thing so that if it helps anybody, if it helps a single person out there to feel better about themselves and try to be more healthy, then I've accomplished whatever I wanted to do with this.
Yeah, I mean, people feeling alone, there's nothing worse than trying to do something for yourself and feeling alone trying to do it.
Yes, exactly.
That is one of the worst feelings in the world.
Right.
So to help people not feel alone, you got at least 2 people here.
Right, exactly.
So let us know.
Yeah,
we're here.
It's awesome.
So, yeah.
So, again, Healthy Tips from a Fat Guy, and the links will be in the show notes, and you should be able to Google it as well. If you can't find it, just make sure you put HeadHardHat with that as well, and you'll definitely find it. So, good stuff. All right, let's move on. Tonight's episode is brought to you in part by Cash-Advance.com for all your geocaching needs. Cash-Advance.com, go find it. And also by
CoinsandPins.com, the best place to get custom coins, geocoins, lapel pins, and patches made. Go through our GeoSnippits links and use the promo code HardHat for a 10% discount. And FYI for our listeners, you can sign up for their newsletter to get notified of when new coins and patches are available for sale. We're also very thankful to all of our sponsors, and if you want to see more of their products, be sure to go to our GeoSnippits websites and simply click on their logos. Not only do you get great deals, But it helps our program as well.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of new information going into our sponsors corner. I just didn't get a chance to get it in this weekend, but yes, lots of goodies, lots of great stuff from all of them, and you'll see some extra stuff tonight from it as well. This is going to be kind of cool. All right, let's move on. Yeehaw! Yep. March 2015 Mish Mash episode, GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, episode 103. Yeah, we got some interesting information over the past month from several of our viewers and listeners, and one of our absolute favorites, of course, is Team Memphis Mafia, and they sent in a couple of things, I think, even in our 100th show. We had been saving some of this for discussion to talk with you. We also have, through one of our sponsors, cash-advance.com, we're going to do an unboxing tonight.
Yeah, we have no idea what's in this box.
We have no idea. So this should be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about the cash crate in a little bit, too. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But let's jump into some of this. We're not going to go too heavy into it because every year we do an entire episode based on the Casher's Creed. But this is what Memphis Mafia said, if you would please do the first bullet.
It says, I think it's always a good idea to revisit the geocaching etiquette. I know you have covered this, but with new people getting into the game all the time, it's always relevant, which is very, very true.
Yes, but just as much as we were talking earlier with the show of why we need to do geocaching quick tips, the day and the age of instant gratification has definitely become part of geocaching. It isn't like it was 6-8 years ago, where if you were going to go geocaching, you had to learn how to use a GPS unit, you had to figure out how to work it within a map, you needed to have to go find the geocache by studying about each individual geocache, gather the information, and then go obtain it. There was a whole process that you learned to go geocaching. Well, nowadays we're in this boom, 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 boom. All I got to do is download an app and go.
Mm-hmm.
And that, unfortunately, has opened up a whole, I'm not even sure the right word. It's created its own beast, is what it has done. Because now, newer geocachers, and it's not your fault, and I want to say this right off the bat, it's not necessarily your fault, because the ease of just downloading the app and go looking for a geocache, well, that must be all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't procedures, there isn't ways of etiquette of the right and wrong way of doing geocache. I just go find it. I know that because that's all the app tells me. And that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So what has developed over the past couple of years more than any other time that I know in geocaching is now we have these geocachers that are going out here with absolutely no understanding of exactly the history and the culture of geocaching and everything that's involved with it. All I know is I got to go get an app or I got to go get a geocache and go.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that had happened even before this era came out something known as the Geocacher's Creed. Now, this is an incredibly great web page, and if you go to www.geocreed.info, www.geocreed.info, this site had originally been written, and I don't have the resources in front of me, but there is an entire section in here that talks about it. We're not going to go too much in detail because we're going to have to devote an entire episode to the GeoCreed, so we're just going to hit the highlights. The people that originally wrote this no longer kept it going, so it just sat there. Lisa at Cash Advance took over it.
Wasn't it a couple years ago?
Several years ago.
Yeah, okay.
Literally took over it, rewrote the website, put it out as it's a beautiful piece of work that's out there, very easy to read, very easy to understand, and this thing should be imprinted on all inner eyelids to all new geocachers. I'm just saying.
It should come with everybody's GPS.
Yes.
It really should.
The geocaching app should have this thing linked.
Yes.
And the first thing they open up before they even get into the app is, do you understand the Geocacher's Creed?
And I know I'm getting ready to get in trouble for saying this.
Okay.
But this should be part of the homepage for geocaching.com.
I agree. And it should be also sublighted by all the other listing sites as well.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Well, geocaching.com is the main one. But yes, every geocaching website out there should have this on their homepage.
Yes. Because it's that important.
Yes. And every app should have this as a main. The first thing that pops up, you want a geocache? All right, read this first.
Yes, and then click it.
It's like the terms of the agreement.
Exactly, because then they have no excuse. Then they have no excuse to sit there and say, I didn't know.
And, yeah, they're going to click, yeah, I agree, whatever, because everybody does that.
But the kicker is, too, there should be key parts, and we talked about this on the Geocaching podcast as well. There should be key parts
that you have to go in and read and agree to.
If you, like, for example, needs archiving. Before you're able to click needs archiving on the app, a little thing should pop up and say, do you understand exactly what this particular thing means? Because it has huge replications that go to other people. This really needs to be understood before you click it. You got it right? Does this word
mean what you think this word means?
Exactly. So, pieces of this needs to be put into the app as well, integrated, just saying.
Absolutely.
And again, this is why we're doing quick tips, because it's not.
Opinion only.
Right. Exactly. But it's strong opinion.
Yes.
Just saying, because we know a lot of people agree. All right, so let's jump into this. The Geocacher's Creed.
If the peeps are listening.
Yes, just saying, and we'd be more glad to talk to them if they want. Big 3 words. Huge 3 words. And again, we're not going to go through this whole thing, but we're going to just hit some of the highlights.
Oh, big 3.
Safe.
Yep.
Legal.
Yep.
Ethical.
Yep.
Come on.
You know, that should like be the definition of common sense, really.
It is. Unfortunately, people don't use it.
Really?
Go figure.
Yeah. No, I mean, safe, there's always going to be things that happen, but come on.
Yes. And there's 7...
If you see a ginormous thing that you know you can't get over, don't try to run and hop over it.
Okay, common sense. Be aware of your limitations.
Because you know that what's going to happen is you are going to go flying over it and smack your head, and bad things are going to result.
Yes. So there are 7 key points with this, and you're absolutely right. Safe, not only for yourself as a geocacher, as a finder, safe as a hider as well.
Yes.
Legal. You know what?
That's self-explanatory in my opinion,
but it's
whatever.
Not. No trespassing means...
No.
No.
No means no.
And as Grayson would say, no.
Yeah. My nephew, he told me, took around the house, a short story, sidetrack, sorry, took me around the house when I was babysitting one time and told me the rules of the house. And he was having an issue with this particular area of the house. And when we got to it, he pointed to the dog bowl and said, no. And I just busted out laughing because I knew there had been huge conversations about that. Anyway.
You can't put and say the geocache isn't technically on no trespassing land, but you have to go through no trespassing land to get to it.
If you got to get... No!
You have to get... Thank you for voicing your opinion. I love that.
I might have an opinion.
If you have, you know, you need to get permission to put your geocache. If you can't, don't put it.
You know,
it's
all right,
simple.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
Because I got a thing.
You got a thing.
If it's near no trespassing, if it's even up to no trespassing, you might want to reconsider.
Yes, so if the land next to it is marked no trespassing, but the land to the other side of it is not marked no trespassing, it still doesn't mean it's not no trespassing on that land.
Right. If you got to send people through the no trespassing, don't do it.
Yes. So just saying. The third one.
If you're confused about my position, call me.
The third part is being ethical. And, you know, come on. It's simple as that. If it, again, common sense, you know, simple common sense with this. Gee, if I do this, is somebody going to get hurt? Gee, if I do this, is somebody going to get in trouble? Gee, if I do this, am I going to get in trouble? You know, use your common sense.
Don't put something and say, hey, let's just see what happens.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Not good. So anyways, there are 7 quick little bullet points here. Let's go over them real fast. When placing or seeking geocaches, I will. It's a creed. You are saying I am agreeing with this statement, and I'm going to try to follow this as the best of my abilities. I will not endanger myself or others. 2, observe all laws and rules of the area. Keep in mind, local many times takes precedence over the larger principalities, or can be overwritten by larger principalities. Know the rules before you do something. Respect property rights and seek permission when appropriate. Number 4, avoid causing disruption or public alarm.
That means do not place a hand grenade geocache and hide and watch just to see what happens.
People have done it. I put a geocache, not me personally, but I've heard this. I put a geocache out that has a bunch of wires hanging out of it. Exactly.
Wrong.
Not a good thing to do. So, avoid causing disruption or public alarm. Number 5, minimize my and others' impact on the environment. Leave no trace. If you ever get a chance to go out, go to leavenotrace.com. or .org, whatever the 2 are for it. Go check it out. They will tell you all you want to know when it comes to going out and showing how you could have as small of an impact as when you go out geocaching as you can. We talk about bushwhacking all the time. In 99.9, unless you own the land, you're not going to be out there with a machete cutting down the weeds trying to blaze a path someplace.
There's no reason to.
No, usually there are very nice. No, there's usually a path laid there for you.
I usually don't find it till I come back.
Exactly.
But, you know, whatever.
And let's see. Number 6. Be considerate of others.
Duh.
I know, but it's not as easy to do for some people.
There are days it's not easy for me, but you know.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
I mean, with geocaching, it's really easy, you know.
Be considerate of others. Don't be a
jerk.
Yes. Thank you.
You started to say it, didn't you?
I was tempted. With the word flaming in front of it. I am just saying. So, yes, by all means, please be considerate. And finally, number 7, and then we'll move on. Protect the integrity of the game pieces.
Yes.
They're not yours.
Right.
People spend tons and tons of time, energy, and money putting these things out. And you're going, what, a 35 millimeter in a lamppost? Okay, granted, some are not as much.
It's still not yours.
It's not your property. Be careful with it. Don't break it. If you do break it, okay, things happen.
Replace it.
Replace it, or let the cache owner know so he can. Or she can. So protect the integrity of the game pieces. And you know what I'm going to bring up next. Travelers. Geocoins and travel bugs are not yours. They are somebody else's. Path tags you can keep. Geocoins,
no.
Travel bugs, not yours. Take care of them as if they belong to somebody else. What a concept. So, yes, don't let your dog chew on it because it thinks it's a chewy toy. Don't let your kid think it's something out of a Happy Meal. Somebody spent money for the tag and the item to put it out into the wild to be part of the game, not to be abused.
Regardless, it's not yours.
Right. So, anyways, that's the Geocacher's Creed. And
no passionate feelings about anything
nothing
here.
There. No. But we'll put the URL for this into the show notes.
I never think it's going to be that loud.
I know, but it's one of those
It's always
things.
loud every week when I do it. I don't know why I think it's going to be different.
So we'll put this in the show notes on GeoSnippitsReboot.com for you to go check this out if you would like, because it's always a really, really good refresher, and there is just tons and tons and tons and tons of
and
really
we could
good.
spend like 12 shows talking about it.
Well, at least one good one, which we will be doing probably in the next couple of months, because we tend to do it around springtime. All right, good stuff. Thank you, Memphis Mafia, for bringing that one up. All right, let's have a
goody,
little...
I get to unbox it.
Yeah. She just read the show notes. We are going to get off our soapbox and have something a little fun here. Now, wait. Just show them what we got here.
I got scissors.
Oh, God. She's got something sharp. All right. So
yeah,
this is,
that's usually in the bag.
Yeah, so this is what's going to happen. We have the... Why don't you push a little forward this for the people to see? This is not the official... This is a prototype model that came out and got sent to us several weeks ago, which we were going to do this. And this is from Cache Advance, known as the Cache Crate. We will go over... Thank you, Vanna. We have... we'll have all the details for the Cache Crates on our show notes, and you can check this out. So this is what's going to happen before she digs into the cardboard here. We have not opened this box. We asked Lisa to send us a Cache Crate so that we could give it out as a prize on the show. So we have absolutely no idea what's in here.
He's scared I'm going to cut something.
Like me, or the cord, or something else. So let's just give a brief rundown before we open this up. All right? There are several options, and you can check this... There are several options from CacheAdvance.com that allows you to give a certain amount of money, and based on what those three options are, you could either get a Cache Crate like once a month with a larger amount of stuff, every other month, that kind of thing. I don't have all the details in front of me.
Do you want me to pull it up?
No, not right now. We'll go over it in more detail next week.
Okay.
But just to whet your...
Thursday, you mean?
Whet your Thursday. Just to whet your appetite, we're going to show you what was sent to us. Now, whether this is...
We have no idea.
Whether indicative of what an actual Cache Crate is going to have, you're going to have to get the details by going to CacheAdvance.com. And if you do that by clicking our link through our GeoSnippits.com or GeoSnippitsReboot.com to go over there, do that. That way you can go through us through the affiliate program. And by the way, thank you for the people that have been doing that. It's been showing up.
Yes.
So thank you. Miss Amy, if you would, she's going to put that up in sight here. And she is going to hopefully not stab either one of us.
Yeah, amen.
And so she's got this white box, and it's got Cache Crate on the side. Now, this is not the... When you start actually getting the Cache Crates over the next month or so, it's going to have an actual professional crate you're going to be opening this out of with the type of artwork and that's on the box itself. Now, she's opened up the lid.
That goes with the brown paper and stuff.
Brown paper. And then she's moving the brown paper out of the way. And let's see what comes out of this. All right, so let's show the first thing. The first thing that comes out is the Cache Crate Monthly. And in here it's an itemized list, contents to be delivered in like good order and freight paid used for blah, blah, blah. Ship and find in order and well conditioned by the crew at Cache-Advance. And here are some of the things. Why don't you show them the inside of what it looks like? It's got all sorts of little cool stuff in paper.
Goodies out.
She obviously doesn't know what an unboxing actually means to actually show the people what's going. She just takes stuff out. Wow. So let's go over.
This is what it looked like when I opened it.
Okay. Thank you. So there's some stuff that's in there. Wow. Sorry, folks. She's new at this video thing.
I'm excited.
All right. So you now can put the box over to the side, and we will discuss some of the stuff that's in here.
Discuss my unboxing skills later.
Yes, we will. All right. So why don't we go over some of the stuff that's in here, and we'll talk about what we've got.
We have some official geocache stickers.
All right. Yes. Cool stuff.
Yep. We have, a Leave No Trace geocaching tag.
And that's one of those heavy-duty plastic ones.
Yeah. It's really nice.
All right.
And we have a bigger official geocache
Some of you want to put on an ammo box.
Yeah.
All right.
We have an all-weather pen.
Yes, a Right in the Rain pen. Ooh, I like that. Show that. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool. All-weather pen.
Mm-hmm.
What are the goodies?
I'm saving stuff.
Okay.
There is a mermaid.
Cashkins.
Yes.
Very, very cool. Cashkins are neat little trackable items that you can put on that can travel around with travel bugs and stuff. All right.
There's a nano.
Yep, hanging nano, silver. Very, very cool. Those are the teeny tiny ones. These suckers are evil.
Yeah.
Have you seen these? They are that
It looks
small.
like a, you know what? If you painted it green,
like a little acorn,
or a little
something.
or brown, it would look like a little acorn.
Yeah, it's got kind of a mesh base to it and to the cap, and it is literally about a ½ inch in height.
Yeah.
Maybe 3/4 of an inch. It's itty bitty evil nanos. And then we've got finally.
We've got Sierra Sage green goo, first aid and outdoor salve.
Oh, now that's something I have not seen before. Green goo, Sierra Sage.
I'm trying to get it to where they can see it.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
That is really cool. So, and salve. Now you know this stuff better than I do. What would somebody use the salve for? Scrapes and
probably
like a back
pure herbal organics. Yeah.
So if you get just
scrapes and stuff, you can put it on that.
Oh man, I need that in my pack.
Let's see. What does it say? Itch and sting of insect bites, cuts, scrapes, sunburns, chafing.
Okay.
Poison ivy.
Awesome.
It soothes and moisturizes dry, cracked hands and feet. First aid wound dressing.
Awesome. You know, you always
sell these things in buckets.
Okay. I'm telling you. So yeah, that's that came in the standard cash crate, the monthly cash crate.
Yeah.
So
that's really nice.
The nice thing about the cash crates is that you literally do once a month. You know, you had a bad day, you've had a good day, you've had whatever, and you come up to your doorstep, and this is sitting in either your mailbox.
It makes your day better or good.
Better. Yes, just because. Because why? You get some really cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean that pen alone.
Oh yeah.
And that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, the sage.
Can we keep that?
That's part of the prize, honey.
But I want it.
We will talk and see about getting stuff.
See, this is the conversations we have.
Yes, and we'll talk about it later. I'm pretty sure that this is the kind of stuff that you'll be able to contact Cash Advance to get this stuff.
I like that,
though. I want the pen. I'm telling you.
I want the goo.
She wants the goo. I want the pen. So that is the basic cash crate and in an official unboxing. Yeah. And so that's what we've got with that.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool. So
yeah, see, this is what happens when we unbox stuff.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, that's awesome. Can I keep it? He's like, no.
Yes.
I'm like, but I like it. He's like, I know and no.
Yes. And it's like, yes, I know. So we're gonna do one more question here, and then we're gonna move on with the show because we're wrapping this up. But
are we really? That went quick.
That went quick. So by all means, folks, make sure that you check out cash-advance.com. Go through our website, click on the Cash Advance websites, and go check out the cash crates. This is the first one. I'm going to see what the 3 levels are and how much you get with each one. And then we'll tell you guys more information as this goes. It'll definitely be featured on the Cash Advance page for the Sponsors Corner.
Yeah.
So this will definitely be there as well, and all your information.
And we'll have to talk about it Thursday.
And we'll talk about it more on Thursday. So we'll get all that information.
You can't say next week.
Right. It'll be Thursday. All right. One final thing that also came from Memphis Mafia. Miss Amy, if you want to do the top section.
All right. The next one is a question that keeps coming up from time to time. If you had to rank states, countries as the best for geocaching, what categories would you use?
Adventure caches, handicap accessible, best events, whatever, etc. You know, that's a really good question, and there have been different organizations over the years that have tried to come up with the best ones. Now, I know the ones in the United States because I think DeLorme did one. Where they literally picked what they thought in the United States was the #1 city
Mm-hmm.
to do geocaching in. And there were a lot of really good contenders in there.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to around the world, when it comes to stuffing like that, rating states and countries, I think some of it, it's going to be very difficult for people to actually organize. And what I mean with this is, in the United States, we are very proficient when it comes to gadget caches and with traditionals.
Yes.
If you go to Europe, they don't do as many traditionals. They specialize in puzzle and mystery caches.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes, very much so. So it's one of those things where in the United States we kind of go, eh. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love puzzle caches and they're fantastic. But as
we
a
just
whole,
don't do as much of them.
The United States as a whole does not do as many as if you went to Germany or any part of Europe and go. Now,
what does that say about us?
We just like different things. You know, that's just how it is. So when it comes to that, the other things that you would have to break up with this would be adventure caches, for example, where people go on excursions and go that way when it comes to it. Some people put out some amazing, all around the world. That would be phenomenal to try, but difficult to try to compare this one against that one, because some of them are just going to mind blow you. It's just amazing what they have on it. Handicap accessible caches. I'm going to look on some different resources for that, because I would be curious in different countries around the world, let alone the States.
I'm sure
who actually goes out of their way for wheelchair accessible.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check that out, because that would be interesting to do. Because it's definitely a category that people are going to be interested in.
Yeah.
I mean, handicapped people have just as much of a want and a need to go out and do geocaching.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Best cache or best events. Whew, man, that's tough. I mean, we went to Rome, Georgia. That was an amazingly good event.
Yeah.
And then you try to compare to and like what's coming up next week. We're talking with the guys from Geo Woodstock 13. I mean, and different ones that they've had in the past. You got Block Party, the last one going out this year from that. What are they going to come up with next? Best events is going to be going. And what would be interesting to see is what people would describe as the best things for the event. And we'd be curious from you guys what you would think.
Well, everybody's going to come up with something different.
Yes, but I'd be curious to see what those are.
Yeah.
So what makes your idea of a best event? Send it in to geosreboot@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Gadget caches.
Oh, yeah. You know who I'm thinking of.
WV Tim's got another one going out this week or next week.
Does he?
He's got a new trail going out.
Is he having another event on my birthday weekend?
I don't know if it's your birthday weekend, but it's in March. They're going to be doing another one. He just got featured in I think it was in an article or a news thing just recently.
What was it?
Talking about his latest cache. They are taking. You have more favorite points in that area.
Those are my favorites.
In the whole, I think I would hazard to guess, and because we've got, they do. They have gadget caches out there or caches series out there with thousands of favorite points.
I'm sure he does.
So, I mean, how do you compare that with some other spot where they go out of their way to make whole geocache trails for gadget caches? It's unbelievable.
Speaking of geotrails.
Geotrails.
Put a little shout out to for
Tater Tot.
To Tater Tot for creating this whole thing for the Civil War Geotrail.
I wanted to go yesterday. Weekend. I wanted to go and didn't get a chance. This is the GeoCoin, and this is for the Civil War sesquicentennial, which is 150 years for the Civil War Geotrail that is started now officially in North Carolina, and you can get more details by checking out on Facebook and through geocaching.com for the 150
I want that coin
geocache trail that just started in North Carolina.
But I have to do 150 geocaches.
Yes. And
to get the coin.
the way this works is, and it's not your standard trail. It's not
No.
every
No, it's
600
not.
feet there's another
No.
geocache. There are 50 geocaches in each region. There's one in the East Coast. There's 50 that are in the Piedmont and 50 in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is you go and you get X number, and I don't have the detail directly in front of me. You have to get a certain percentage to get a very special geocoin for accomplishing the trail.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome
And
stuff.
I want that for several reasons.
Okay.
One, I want the coin, but because everybody knows how I am about coins. But two, I want to experience the trail itself.
It's all geared every
because of the history.
Right.
And me being born here should know more than I do.
Very good. Very good point.
And I don't know as much as I should, and I feel like if I do this, then that will educate me more about the history of my own state.
Awesome. And not only you, but other people visiting.
Right.
You know, whatever.
And I do have a friend who I could sit down and he could tell me the entire history of the Civil War from the time the first shot was fired till the time the last guy was killed. But I don't want to do that. I actually want to go out and experience it and learn about it and see the places and that type of thing.
Yeah. I mean, just very quickly because we're running a little long.
He's like, shut up.
When I went to help with this, one of the things that we did was a Where I Go, and a whole bunch of us were there at an event,
which is something I want to do.
Getting the information. But the spot we were in, I thought, I'm a Yankee, okay. We were in the South talking about the Civil War. I thought the area we were in was actually part of the Confederacy. It was not. It was an encampment for the Union that happened. The Confederate, the battle line was actually about 4 or 5 miles east of us.
And where you were, if I'm not mistaken, was where the Michiganders were.
Yes, Michigan had a major fight there, and they had 2 memorials, one for each side. I thought that was gorgeous.
Yeah.
And just to feel the history is an amazing thing.
See,
so go check it out.
That's what I want to do. And I think Tater Tot did a wonderful thing by doing this. So thank you, Tater Tot, for doing this.
Absolutely. And all the people that contributed
and
to
everybody
it.
else. Yep.
Absolutely. So we will have in the show notes on episode 103 where you can go get more information about the 150 Geo Trail in North Carolina. We are so glad that we could do this to be a part of it, and it was just so cool. So yeah, excellent stuff. All right, so that's all we're going to have to talk about. And again, to answer Memphis Mafia's question with this, better people than me are going to have to come up with an idea for coming up with the best places in the world.
You know what, dude? It is personal perspective, and I think it's what makes the world go round.
Yeah, and it's the diversity. Yep. It really is.
It is what makes geocaching, and what makes geocaching great.
Absolutely. All right, well, excellent stuff.
You had high expectations, didn't you?
We had, I had a lot of material here. We're going to move on.
Your support helps keep all of the GeoSnippits Reboot shows running along. Please consider making a PayPal donation through the link on our website to support our efforts and your ongoing entertainment. From all of us at GeoSnippits, we thank you.
Absolutely. And we won't go into it too much tonight, but definitely if you are considering becoming a patron for the show, basically what it is you are investing some monies and some, in our opinion, your thoughts and your confidence in us and your feelings about having the show continue. And we thank you for this by becoming a patron and donating some monies to us so that we can literally keep the lights on, pay the bills for the show, and do what we need to do to keep things going. Just one of the things that we had put in place for the show is a much stronger and better equipped router, which handles multiple devices a lot better than the old one. That costed money, and not only that, all the other things that are involved with it. So thank you. We have some new patrons that just started with us. thank you for that. If you're thinking about becoming a patron, don't wait. Please jump right onto it and become a patron. We have a whole lot of things coming up in 2015 for you folks, and including some contests and some other things that are coming up down the line. It always helps to become a patron, and once you're a patron, you're always a patron, and we greatly, greatly appreciate all the efforts that you do for help supporting our show, so thank you. All right, good stuff. Let's move on. All right, it is time for the GeoSnippits Geocaching Cache Stash, and I'm really kind of excited about this one. And I hope we get a quick response. This was actually supposed to go out 2 weeks ago. All right.
Well, yeah.
And so because of this,
show.
There wasn't a show, and this kind of rushes us here. It is March 8th. Today that we were recording this. This will be going out tonight, so most of the people will be hearing it tomorrow on March 9th. What is coming up in less than a week? A week
Our next show.
Okay, after that.
Yeah. What?
March 14th.
Oh, yes.
It is Pi Day. We wanted to get this so that we could get this prize out to you. But we'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about last week's episode and go through this. But for the people that don't know what a geocaching cache stash is, we have some of the best companies in the geocaching world that want to tell you fine folks about the products and services that they provide. So what they do is they send us some of those products and services, and we turn them around and turn them into prizes and send them out to you. So that's what we do each and every week. And why don't we go over, Miss Amy, about last couple of weeks. Let's just say episode 102.
There you go.
And go from there.
All right, from gxproxy.com, it was a UV flashlight.
Okay, it's the ultraviolet.
That's what you just have written here.
Okay, so it's still in its package. This is the ultraviolet. I can't really read the words too much on here. This is the UV light from GX Proxy. It's got the batteries that are included separately, and basically what happens is this is a regular flashlight, LED and UV, great for mystery and puzzle caches.
Mm-hmm.
Should be in everybody's backpack. If you're a serious geocacher. Plus, it's got a blue light, so it's really kind of cool. So I'm just saying.
Anyway.
All right, go for it.
The question was, the GPS Adventure Maze has been retired out of a country and will no longer reside there. What country does it no longer reside in?
Okay.
The United States.
Yes. You can see the GPS Adventure. I believe it's in Canada right now. But it has been retired. Canada, and it will no longer be shown in the United States. So interesting stuff.
Sniff, sniff.
Sniff, sniff. So what we are going to do, I'm going to bring this up hopefully quickly. On here, I didn't have my stuff set up. So if you could type Gmail and hit enter. We are bringing up a browser that's going to bring up all the information. Right? And it's bringing up our list.
Sort of.
It's running a little slower than normal. All right, if you would type subject, colon, and then 102. All right, actually, this will work right there.
Sorry.
That's all right.
I'm just so used to hitting enter on everything.
Okay, go ahead and hit enter. And this will bring up our list of people.
Okay.
All right, excellent. And this tells me how many are there. Excellent. So what we do is we literally, through all of that, we brought up a list of all the people that sent in their answers.
One day he's going to be sorry I'm here.
Never. I love this woman. Anyways, she is flipping her magic geocoin, and it's going to tell us. Now, I've got a number that I've written down and now know what it is. And Miss Amy is going to tell me heads or tails. If it's heads, we are going to go from the top of the list down to whatever that number is. If it's tails, we will go from the bottom of the list up whatever number that is. And that will tell us what our winners is. And we have heads. All right. This is the one. Let me make sure that this is the correct answer. All right. The winner is...
right over here, please.
Okay. Sorry. And we will put congratulations to the name of the person, and it says, hello, Amy and Andy. The answer is the United States. Bye. And the person's last name or name is Merit, M-A-R-I-T. Merit, M-A-R-I-T. And Merit, if you would be so fine as to send us your address to gsreboot@gmail.com, we will get that very cool UE flashlight out to you as the prize for that. So again, M-A-R-I-T. Thank you, Merit. Matter of fact, I believe it's GeoMerit, if I understand the email address that is on here. So send us your address. We'll get that flashlight out to you. And congratulations for winning episode 102 of the Geocaching Cash Stash. All right. Good stuff. Let's see what's on to the next part here. All right. Now, to be eligible to win a prize, because we got cool stuff we give out all the time, and we've got some great stuff cooking, I'm just telling you. All to do to be eligible to win a prize from the Cash Dash, one, you have to send in your correct answer. Now, this one, I know this is very short, and I apologize that this is very short, but we still want to get it in for this week before this week's show. So what you have to do is you have to get in. It is March 8th right now. You've got till Wednesday, the 11th. To get in your answer. I know it's short notice, so we'll make this. He's
sorry.
We apologize, but the prize is worth it. I'm telling you, the prize is worth it.
I don't know what the prize is.
You're going to flip when you see it.
Oh, my gosh.
That's what I mean. So, to do this...
You're going to want to do this.
All correct answers must be in by Wednesday the 11th of March 2015. Email it to gsreboot@gmail.com. GSREBOOT@gmail.com. In the subject line, put Q1 for question 1, episode 103, which is this episode. Now, all correct answers will be put in a drawing, just like you just saw. Some weeks for the people in the live chat room, which we really don't have right now because we're doing it in an odd time, we will take and do a second prize live right then, right there. Since nobody's here, we're not going to do it tonight. But
hey,
it can happen. Sorry. So anyways, there's nobody to give, so that's how it is. So anyways, maybe next week. You never know. But let's talk about the question for this week's show, episode 103. Miss Amy.
Ooh, I know this.
Let's talk about the prize.
The prize is from coinsandpens.com. It's the Pi Geocoin.
Boing! This is the Pi Geocoin from coinsandpens.com. They were sold out within a couple of hours.
Yes.
I will tell you that Cash Dash Advance, when they did their version of the Pi coin, was sold out within a couple of hours. Coins and Pins reordered and redid another set of them.
Sold out.
And it's sold out. This is a coin that they sent specifically to GeoSnippits Reboot to put out as a prize, and we've been saving it just for one lucky winner. This is for this week's show. For episode 103, it is an amazingly beautiful coin. Miss Amy, what is the question that people have to get in by this Wednesday?
What are the next 3 digits after 3.14?
One more time, as in pi.
What are the next 3 digits after 3.14?
Get your answers in by Wednesday. That's all I'm saying. That is an amazing coin. And we will get that in and send out congratulations to whoever's going to win this. Good luck to everybody. All right, let's move on. It's good to be back in the saddle again after a couple of weeks. Seems a little weird, fumbling around a little bit for me, but hey, that's all part of the fun. We hope you enjoyed today's show. It was a lot of fun talking. We love Mish Mash episodes because we get to do all sorts of fun and crazy things like unboxings and learning the etiquette of unboxings and going with things like that. It's a lot of fun.
There is no etiquette for me.
Well, we hope you enjoyed the show. And if you want to see what all the goodies look like, by all means, watch the video version of our episode. If not, just ask and we'll tell you. Just saying. Good stuff. So let us know what you think about tonight's episode. Please consider becoming a patron so that you can help be a contributing factor of keeping our show alive and going strong. And we greatly appreciate all the efforts from all our patrons. We do. Tell other geocachers about our show so that they can come along and learn even cool, fun, interesting stuff about geocaching, especially those new geocachers. Tell them about Quick Tips. Let them know to go check that out so that we can get people to really understand and not dilute the culture of geocaching. All right, Miss Amy, why don't we close this out?
Yep. Want to thank our sponsors, cash-advance.com and coinsandpins.com. Want to thank Andy HeadHardHat Smith, and want to thanks to everyone watching and our chat room.
Yeah.
Please keep those comments coming in, and we'll see y'all next time.
It's always weird when you're doing it at a weird time. A special thanks to wife Amy. We love to know that you're healthier and better and feeling good, and that is mucusy.
Stop. That's
just
gross.
Try living with it. Anyways.
Try having it.
Thank you, darling. We are so much happier that you are feeling better. Upcoming shows this Thursday coming up, March 12th. We have the guys from Woodstock 13 that'll be our guests. We'll be talking all sorts of interesting facts and updates about how things are going with the possibility of going to Giga status and how things are going overall. I'm kind of excited. I talked to them about a month ago with Geocaching Podcast. And since then, and we'll see what's happening with them on Thursday. So make sure you doubly check in. And if you got questions that you'd like to ask the guys, by all means, send it in to gsreboot@gmail.com. All right, folks, we will see you next week. Actually, we'll see you this week on Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another spine-tingling wonderfulness known as the GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast. And like we say out in the GeoSnippets studios, see you out on the trails, folks. Bye-bye. Please be sure to join us each and every Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for another episode of GeoSnippits Reboot Podcast, right here on the GeoSnippits website at www.geosnippits.com. The video version of our show is available on YouTube, and the audio version is available on iTunes, Stitcher, Blueberry, the Tech Podcast Network, and many of your favorite podcatchers. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners, so please leave your feedback by emailing us at gsreboot@gmail.com, visit us through our social media sites, or contact us via our voicemail line at 919-341-9519, or use our website Send Voicemail tab. The GeoSnippits Reboot is a HeadHardHat production and is produced by Amy and Andy Smith. The show is copyright 2015 by Andrew T. Smith. All rights reserved. And clear. All right, good show, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of fun. If you've got suggestions and ideas for our next Mish Mash episode, which will be in April, let us know your ideas and suggestions. We'd love to hear from you with different things that you'd like Miss Amy and I to talk about. All right, have a great week, even though it's short, since it's Sunday.
I wish we had a short week.
Have a safe week and enjoy geocaching, and we will see you this Thursday for our Woodstock 13 episode. Have a great one, folks. Be safe out there. Bye-bye.